I saw stars on the pavement.
Hey guys, it's Hairtopia, and I have another story time for you guys. But this story time includes my boo boo kisses. Read
as a promiscuous girl, a man eater. He set it off. It was all his fault, to be honest, because he knew everybody could line the F up right now. Hey y'all, it's Miss Monster Boss of MissMosstheBossTV. And I am too hyped to be doing this collab with Ashley, aka, as y'all know her, Hairtopia 8604. Okay, I'm a lifestyle vlogger. I tell story times, I give inspiration, I daily vlog, I do it all, okay? So y'all need to make sure that after you watch this good video that Ashley about to provide you with, you come over to my channel and you come check me out, all right?
And you know, I've already done a collab video with Reed. I will post that. But I want you guys to go check out her channel. I want you to subscribe. She just recently hit 4K. Okay, so I want you to go over to her channel, watch her video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Alright. So, I'm going to tell y'all about the time I was bullied. And I know y'all probably like, what? You was bullied? Yes, I was bullied. I am from South Philly, and my mother decided to move to this like more suburban area, and it kind of basically was like me and my sister did not fit in. My brother, you know, he wanted to roam with the crowd, but me and my little sister didn't really quite fit in. So I remember one day we were walking home from elementary school, and it was these girls that was following behind us. And for some reason, these three girls always had a problem with us. I don't know what it was that they had a problem with us. And mind you, these girls are closer to my age than my sister's age. And my sister is 4 years younger than me. So at this time, we're in elementary school. I'm in 5th grade. And if I'm in 5th grade, my sister is in like 1st grade. Okay. So I'm 9 and she is 5 because we're 4 years apart. So we're walking home and we realize that these girls that don't like us are walking behind us. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to keep on walking, and we're going to, you know, walk at a faster pace because I don't really want no problems. Well, they started throwing lunch boxes at us, and Lord have mercy, I don't know what was in the lunch boxes. You would have thought they had bricks and had anchors and bricks and just some of the heaviest crap in these lunch boxes. And I'm like, dang, it's only 3 of them. Where all these lunch boxes come from? Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it felt like it was like they was just chucking them at us. So we started running. And now at this time, we're like going uphill. And I've always been a plus size girl. So that running going uphill didn't last long. So I'm looking at my sister and she's just like, and I'm sitting there with her. And I'm like, yo, we gonna try to make this as much as we can. So once we kind of basically at the top of the hill, it's like, all right, we can't run no more because we done jetted up this hill so much to the point where we're not home yet. We're like literally on the block now, but they're still behind us talking trash, calling us fat and all the rest of these names. And it's just like, what did we do to you? Like, just because we were the new girls, we were the new people. And like I said, these are girls that are closer to my age, but yet they're messing with me and my sister. So I was not originally a fighter, but it's just like, okay, we made it home. And for some reason, my sister, like when they were throwing lunch boxes at us, one of them lunch boxes literally got me in the back of the head to the point where I had a bruise on my scalp for about 2 weeks. And my mom kept asking me, where did this come from? Because, you know, she was still doing my hair. And I'm just like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Instead of just telling her the truth. So my sister, this is like maybe a day later or two, because I think that might have been like a Friday, and I remember us going out on that weekend. My sister went to go play with her little friends, because we did actually make friends in the area. So she went to go play with her friends, and I went to go play with my friend who lived way at the end of the block. For some reason, them people at the top of the block just wasn't my type of people. Okay? So it's like we didn't really click well. We didn't mesh well. I don't know what the problem was with me, but I just didn't want to deal with it. And I'm not the type of person to do things just to fit in. If you don't like me, I don't care, but I won't mess with you. So I come back home from up the block, and I see my sister coming towards me out of the field, and she's crying and all of this. And I'm like, girl, what the heck is wrong with you?
She like, oh my God, she just kicked me in my stomach.
And I'm like, I felt like I just put on big sister gear. And I'm like, who kicked you in your stomach? And she told me the person's name. We gonna call her Shay Shay, because they all was ghetto girls. So we gonna call her Shay Shay. And I'm like, why would Shay Shay kick you in your stomach? She's a year younger than me. And I'm like, all right. So I told my sister, and I was like, you know, it's time.
She's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Hold her stomach. What do you mean?
And I looked at her again, and I said, it's time. My mother, because we had, like, I felt like we had been fighting these girls on and off all summer long. And it's just like, they would win, I would win, they would win, I would win. They had never actually, like, jumped us again besides that lunchbox time where they came at us all three against us two, and I'm here with someone younger than me. So my mother just kept telling me, she was like, Ashley, I'm telling you now, in order for them girls to leave you alone, you need to whoop the ringleader's ass, and the rest of them will fall by the wayside. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want to fight. You know, I'm giving all of these excuses because I just didn't want to. You know what I mean? I didn't want to have to be put into that situation. Like, you know how when you feel like your back is against the wall and now you have to actually act a fool to get your back off the wall? Well, my back was against the wall, and I became an actress instantly. So I was like, it's time, Brittany. It's time. And she was like, okay. We go in the house. We go get all this Vaseline on our face, looking like two little grease monkeys. And you know, my mom, her first instinct was, I'm running in and out of the house. And I'm like, okay, Mom. So on our way back downstairs, she was in the kitchen, and she came out. She was like, what y'all doing? Where are y'all going? And we turned around and looked at her. And she said, what the hell is that on your face? Nothing. We just wet our face because we got a little dirty. Lies. More lies. So we go outside. And now I'm actually ready to fight. But by the time I get out of the door, they're all there waiting for me. And I'm not going to say all of them. The ringleader. And I'm like, okay, I'm nervous. My stomach is hurting. But the adrenaline is pumping. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to fight. Oh my God, I'm going to have to fight again. My mom told me, get this ringleader. She said, she kept saying it, and I kept hearing it in my head. Ashley, whoop that ringleader's ass. Those are the words she said. Ashley, whoop that ringleader's ass. So, the ringleader is my age. The other two girls were younger than me by maybe a year. that still did not compensate for my little sister that y'all kicked in the stomach. So like I said, I walked outside with my sister armor on, and I came outside to whoop ass like my mama told me. Man, the girl came over to me, and it was just like, you know, back in the day, like, you know you're gonna fight, but nobody wants to actually start the fight. So you put something on the person's shoulder, and then you gotta knock it off, and then that's how the fight start. Well, that's how it started. And I think somebody put something on my shoulder, and I'm telling you, like, the adrenaline is just pumping. And it's like, on the inside, I'm actually scared. Because I'm like, there is literally like stadium of people around my mother's front door. And I'm like, oh my God, all of this noise. And I know my mom is going to come outside. She going to act the fool. And then she going to embarrass me. But she did not. I think my mom knew what we was going outside to do, which is why she said what was on our face to begin with. But she never came to the door. And when I tell you, once that girl knocked that daggone, I don't even know what it was, a little piece of paper, a piece of stick or whatever. Once she knocked it off my shoulder, it just was like, what? I went into beast mode. Because I was so mad, like, why are you older girls, let alone picking on me, but y'all picking on my little sister? You know what I mean? Like, you guys are, if you're my age, that means you're 4 years older than her, and your two little nigglet friends are a year younger than me, which means they're 3 years younger than my sister. All right. So we sitting here and we scrapping. She getting me and I'm getting her. Like, I'm surprised thus far it was a fair fight. So we getting it in and we getting it in, and then it got to the point where I felt like she started to try to get the best of me, and I felt like I started hitting harder, and I'm just swinging, and every hit was making good contact to that face because I wanted to her up. Okay, I was going to make you remember me because you and your little nigglet ass friends was going to leave me and my sister alone. So we get it. My sister is standing there, mind you. She's just standing there. She ain't jumping or nothing. And then I feel like this weight on my back. And somebody literally pulling my hair backwards. And I'm like, what? This little trick younger sister had jumped on top of my back. Okay, now her sister is my sister's age, so now it's like, tag, you're it, Britt, you got to jump in and whoop this bitch ass. Yo, it's just so crazy because it's like when she jumped on me and she banging with one hand, pulling my hair with the other hair, she's pulling it, banging, mind you. It's at the point now where it's like I can't throw my punches and connect. So now I'm yanking her sister's head around like a rag doll. And my sister, I guess, finally got up enough courage to jump in. She pulled the girl off by her head, and now she on top of her, just pummeling her like boom, 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 gorilla style. And I'm like, that's my bitch. Yes. Yo, it was like, and the fact that she jumped on top of me, that angered me even more. And it's like I'm out of breath, but I'm not finished yet. Okay? So I'm taking her head and I'm throwing it and thrusting it all around the daggone place. Then I start banging it against the wall, banging her head against the wall, and now I'm talking trash. I'm like, I'm tired of this. Like, cause what I'm saying, like, basically, I'm tired because y'all keep picking on us. We've never done anything to you, but yet you keep picking on us. And I'm physically tired. Whooping that bitch ass. Whoop. Each time. Whoop. Right in the wall. Her head making straight contact. Then one of the guys that's like my brother's friend comes over and he lifts me up But when he lifts me up, I'm not letting go of this head. So when he lifts me up, I'm still got the head in my hand.
Leave me alone.
Yo, I felt like somebody had came over me because I had never seen this side of myself. My little sister had finished because I don't know who broke that fight up, to be perfectly honest with you. But what I do know is everybody was like, dang, that was a good fight, y'all. That was a good fight. And I'm just like, man, get out of here. Y'all sitting around at this time. This wasn't where like everybody had a cell phone and people was recording it. This was back in the day. Back in the 90s. Okay. So it wasn't like everybody was recording it, but everybody was physically like, yeah, you know, rooting people on. I don't know who they was rooting for. I don't know. And at this point in time, I don't care. But we go in the house. And me and my sister go straight upstairs. She was like, y'all finished running in and out of my house? And I'm like, yeah. So I got a scratch on my face here, a scratch on my face here, scratch on my face there. My ponytail was out wild all over the place. And my sister was like, she was cool. Wasn't nothing wrong with her. So she was like, I'm just going to wash my face. And I was like, well, I'm going to wash my face too. And I'm just going to like, you know, try to give myself a bang so mommy don't say or see nothing. She was like, okay. So we come downstairs to watch TV. And I still believe my mom was in it. And, you know, she's just listening to us kind of, you know, laugh and giggle and talk. And mind you, when I came downstairs, I had one of them Aaliyah swoop bangs to cover the little, it wasn't even like a real scratch because I had Vaseline on my face, but it was red right here and it was red across my forehead. So I had the little swoop bang and I was good. She would have never known a thing. Then all you hear is boom, 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 boom. We look at it. Me and my sister look at each other like, who could that be? And my mom was like, who is at my door? I was like, maybe it's Mike, my brother. She was like, well, go see who at the door. So we look out the window and I'm like, oh God, no. So when I look out the window and I was like, oh my God, my sister was like, who is it? I was like, because Shay Shay wasn't the ringleader. So I was like, we gonna call her Doodabop. I was like, it's Doodabop. She was like, oh my God. And I was like, her mom is with her. My sister was like, oh man. So my sister goes upstairs and she just leaves me there. My mom was like, who is that at my door, Ash? And I'm like, it's Doodabop. She was like, what? What's she doing at my door? What, y'all friends now? And I was like, no, we not friends. And all you hear is, doo, 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 doo. So my mom is like, is knocking on my door like that? Why is this little girl knocking on my door like that? I never said her mama was with her. So my mom come out the kitchen and she was like, sit down. So I go to the door. My mom goes to the door. She opened the door and she sees the mom first and the daughter on the side. So she automatically knew. She was like, come here. So I stand next to my mom. And then the girl's, Doodabop's mom, she was like, do you see what your child did to my daughter's face? I didn't even actually see the girl's face after we fought. So I didn't know how much damage she had. I'm thinking, you know, she got the same amount of damage I got. Something you could cover up with a little swoop bang. She wouldn't have been able to cover that one up. Girl, she had a black eye. She had a busted lip. She had a scratch, an actual bloody scratch that looked like one of them nails on a chalkboard type of thing. And she was like, do you see what your daughter did to my child's face? And my mother was like, did you do that? I said, yes, I did. And she said, well, what happened? At this time, she is not acknowledging this woman. She is not talking to her. She's talking to me because my mom already knows. That's my dog. I was like, Shay Shay one of Doodlebop's nigglet friends, kicked Britt in the stomach, and then we came in the house to put Vaseline on our face. She said, that's what that shit was. I said, yes. And I said, we went outside, and they were all in the front of the house waiting on us. She said, oh, that what all the noise was in front of my house? I said, yes. And she said, well, let me see your face. So she takes my face in her hand and she moved the bang all out the way. She moved the bang all out the way. And she said, well, it ain't nothing on my child face. And the woman was like, well, what is you going to do about it? Now, mind you, my mother she's from North Philly, okay? Where they whoop ass and ask questions 2 years later. All right. And she is just not one of them people you really want to play with. So I'm like, oh my God, Doodlebop mom go get her ass whopped. So my mom was like, well, your daughter shouldn't have brought her behind over here in front of my house with all that nonsense. She came over here because she wanted a fight and she got one. Boom. She just shut the door in their face. I was like, yeah. So my mom asked me, she was like, did you win? I said, I think so. And she said, well, by the looks of your face, she said, I think so too. She said, did you whoop that ass like I told you to do? I said, yes, I did. I said, I did my best. And she said, well, go ahead and sit down. Y'all can get finished watching TV. Dinner's almost ready. Yo, like, when I tell you, after that fight, I never had to fight her again. Or her little nigglet friends. Okay? So, when my mother told me, you whoop that ringleader's behind and the rest of them will fall by the wayside, it was the truth. I didn't think it was at the time because I was so scared and nervous and didn't want to fight. But it was the truth. I never had to fight her again. At all. So, this was my story time about being bullied, but I came out victorious. And, you know, we are all bullied. Point blank period. At some point in our lives. And if you aren't, people are talking about you. Like anybody else. But you know what an older person once told me? Don't dwell on what people say about you. Who cares about people's perception of you? They talked about Jesus. That's all I'm going to say. I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media. And please do not forget to go check out Reed's video. And like, comment, and subscribe to her channel as well. Alright? And I will see you guys in the next one. Toodles!
I saw stars on the pavement, California dream.